Barcelona, Spain, a city defined by the century-old architecture of Antoni Gaudí, whose structures are spectacular and unconventional, much like the innovative, stylish game of Barcelona's own Ricky Rubio. Like Gaudí, Rubio takes risks, but for years, fed by the internet, American basketball fans have only seen the masterworks, creating a YouTube legend so large, a young man is left to wonder if he can ever live up to the myth. This is the Ricky Rubio America hasn't seen. He's 20 now and owns a place in the neighborhood where he grew up. Do you have any family living in the area here?
Yeah, I have my grandma who lives like 2 houses from here. My mom and dad lives like 2 minutes from here walking.
Rubio is learning English but prefers speaking Spanish. He is the middle child of Tona and Esteban, who despite living in a soccer-mad country, steered their son into basketball.
Oh, my dad used to be a coach. And my mom used to play, but just a little bit, just for fun.
Only.
Yeah. Played a little bit? Yeah. His grandmother, Anna, lights 3 candles for Ricky before every game for divine protection. She also looks after his namesake.
Ricky.
Ricky. This is little Ricky.
Sí. Mira qué guapo. Mira.
Unlike Little Ricky the Turtle, there was nothing slow about the rise of Little Ricky the basketball star. This is him entering a game at age 12, still very much a boy. With his long, pencil-thin arms, he hardly looked like a prodigy, until you saw him play. Just 2 years later, at age 14, Rubio would turn professional.
I think at the time when I was 14 years old, I wasn't aware that I was going into a grown-up's world, a world where everything is much more professional.
Fellow Spaniard Pau Gasol watched him enter the pros.
That's incredible. To me, when I was 14, 15, I wasn't even in the picture. I never played for a national team. So it was hard for me to understand how well he's done.
Rubio delighted fans in the Spanish league with his flashy play. He conjured comparisons to Pistol Pete Maravich with his floppy hair and supernatural court vision.
Sí que me gusta, pues, un poco intuir, ¿no?
I like to kind of sense things. Sensing things in basketball is to anticipate a move. Read the player's mind so you can steal the ball or to be in that spot. Or see where the ball is going. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Bons blocs, demaneu bé la pilota.
Mark Calderon coached Rubio from ages 13 to 16.
Mentally, he's just great. He's a player who has this outstanding mental toughness, and he has a quality that, even if he's 15, he made himself respected by 30-year-old players.
And when Rubio played with boys his own age, he was unstoppable. In the Under-16 European Championship final in 2006, Rubio scored 51 points against Russia in a game Spain thought it had lost.
In the last 3 seconds, Russia scored a 3. And everyone was frozen, all the players.
When Russia scored the 3 and were winning by 3, the first thing I did was, oh God, no. In that moment, those 3 fractions of a second, when I went, oh God, no, I see that everybody starts cheering and hugging and that this one was going to cry, and I'm like, what's going on?
Rubio signaled for the inbounds pass with less than 2 seconds left. That shot helped establish the legend of Ricky Rubio. But could he hold his own against the world's best? Some of the questions were answered at the 2008 Beijing Olympics when the 6'3" guard with a 6'8" wingspan went up against the USA and dazzled. A year later, the NBA came calling. But after Rubio was made a lottery pick, the 18-year-old told the Timberwolves he wasn't ready for the NBA. Instead of accepting a 4-year, $15 million contract with Minnesota, he signed with Barcelona for a less lucrative 6-year deal that he can end early. The Timberwolves believe he will join them next year. If and when he does come, Minnesota owns his NBA rights. Some people wonder if you're trying to force a trade from the Timberwolves. Is that true?
No.
No.
Pero nunca puedes decir sí.
But you can never give a definite yes until the time comes.
Other people might say, why would anybody want to move from this beautiful city of Barcelona with the beaches to Minnesota where it's 10 below in the middle of January?
If we can move Barcelona to the United States, I'll stay here. No, but I think it's about playing in the NBA. Playing in the NBA is a dream. And the truth is, Minnesota has my rights for the time being, and I have a lot of trust in them.
When Rubio chose to stay in Spain again this season, it fueled criticism that maybe he isn't NBA material. 2 years ago, after playing against Rubio in Europe, Milwaukee Bucks guard Brandon Jennings said, quote, "The dude is just all hype." In Barcelona last month, Rubio had a chance to dispel that notion in a much-anticipated exhibition game against the LA Lakers, but he played poorly.
Well, Rubio has really struggled today, both with his passing and his ability to finish and shoot the ball.
I want him to be better. I think the last year or two hasn't really improved as much as I thought he would. I think he puts too much pressure on himself sometimes.
Yeah, there are times in which you think of these very high expectations people sometimes have. Sometimes extreme ones, and you're a little scared of not being able to fulfill them.
Honestly, I think he's going to be a great player. He has a lot of talent.
For now, that talent is staying in Spain. Rubio seems in no hurry to leave his native Barcelona, the creative, expressive, constantly evolving city of the late Antoni Gaudí. Behind me is La Sagrada Familia, Gaudí's most ambitious architectural gem and Barcelona's most distinctive landmark. Work on the Catholic Church began more than 125 years ago, and it's still not finished. The project is not a bad metaphor for the young career of Ricky Rubio, who NBA fans have been hearing about and waiting for years. You know, some people might look at Ricky Rubio in the same way that they look at Sagrada Familia, which is like, okay, when's he going to be ready? When's he going to be finished? When are you going to be ready for the NBA?
La verdad no lo sé.
Truthfully, I don't know. I don't know when. I don't know. But I do have in mind to think about this very seriously once the season's over.
Ricky Rubio is no longer a myth. He's a man, one who's trying to figure out when to say goodbye to a family that naturally wants him around as long as possible.
See you.
Will we definitely see you in the NBA someday, or is there a chance that you just may play your entire career here in Europe?
No, nunca se sabe, ¿no? Pero
no, you never know, right? But I have it in my plans, and I want to fulfill my dream. If once there, things don't work out, I know I can always come back here. But if I never go, then I'll always have that thing inside me of what would have been if I'd gone. So that I don't want to ever feel, and I want to try my luck.